everyone, Trista Kukuchka here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. With December, we're almost halfway through and January just around the corner. I know it's a busy season and a lot of you are busy filling out your applications and completing your essays. And so with that, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, how do I create a standout application? And there are lots of ways to do that. And today I'm going to talk about 4 different ways for you to create an application that's really unique to you. But before we dive into those things, I want to make sure that everyone understands that we use a very holistic approach when we review applications. And so what that means is every single piece of your application is given equal weight. So your essays are just as important as your test scores, which are just as important as your academic transcripts, and so on and so forth. And I say that because I think a lot of applicants get a little hung up on their test scores specifically, and that's actually not something that I'm going to be using to talk a little bit about today in terms of ways to diversify your application. But understanding that's just one piece, there are lots of other things to create a more unique application to you. So first and foremost, I think one of the best things you can do is staying in touch. Stay in touch with your admissions counselor. We have a very open office here, and we provided you with a number of different ways to get in touch with us. So you can always reach us via email, but I know a lot of us are also on several different social media platforms like WeChat and WhatsApp. So that's another fantastic way to stay in touch with us and get any questions answered using maybe a more convenient platform for you. So staying in touch shows us that you're interested and committed to Simon on some level. Secondly, your essays. Your essays are a fantastic way to really, pack a punch into your application and to really show the admissions committee who you are. The essays provide you with an opportunity to tell us something that we can't see in other pieces of your application. So your resume tells us all about your professional background, and we can see that there. So we don't necessarily need to see that in your essay. But use your essay to tell us your story. Why is it that you're interested in Simon, and why is it that you feel that this degree here would really help you to achieve your ultimate career goals? So using your essay to tell us a little bit about your backstory and what makes you so interested in Simon in the program is a great way to make your application stand out. Third, we have the opportunity for you to provide us with a few different references. So as you may know, at this point, we actually don't require or accept letters of recommendation anymore. And we've actually done this as a benefit to you as the applicant. We know in the past, it's been a little challenging for applicants to submit by certain deadlines because they're waiting for recommenders maybe to submit their letters for them. And so now professional references or any sort of references are all that we require. We require 2, and those can be academic or professional. And so we typically do encourage and prefer that you have and utilize professional references, but we understand that maybe if you're an MS applicant in particular, it might be a little easier for you to get maybe a professional reference such as an internship supervisor, but additionally maybe a faculty member might be someone who would be a good fit for you. So those references again can tell us something about you that we can't ultimately see in the other pieces of your application. So be thinking about who you want to ask and who would be able to, share something unique about you that we can't see from other pieces of your application. And finally, your resume is a really key component of your application, and we'll be using this throughout the application review process, but most importantly, if you're invited to interview here at Simon, we'll be using your resume very, very thoroughly and very much so throughout that process. And so with that, I think creating a results-driven resume is really important. So quantifying your achievements and your successes and your responsibilities and roles within each of your internship experiences or each of your positions that you've held, if you've had some full-time work experience. So being very clear and concise and providing detailed information on your resume is going to be something, again, that makes your profile stand out. So hopefully all of those different tips will help you as you finish up your application. If you are applying for our next deadline, our January 5th application deadline, it's our biggest round of the year. And so we look forward to seeing all of your applications. And again, please do stay in touch if you need anything as you're preparing to submit. Take care.